I'm the Disc Golf Guy, and this is my video blog. We're heading to the back 9 here during round 3 at the 2015 Maple Hill Open. Let's get to it. Ricky Wysocki is first off the tee, going with a forehand. I believe that it was a felon. Next off the tee, Gregg Barsby. That is an old school Banshee. I believe that is an very old and collectible CE AVR by David Wiggins, and Paul McBeth throwing a Champion Mako 3. Wiggins has some serious contemplation here as to how he's going to attempt to throw more than 300 feet uphill. Clearly not much of a run-up, which is why he has to go with a standstill approach. And it hits off the left side and actually favorably rolls out into the fairway for him. Wysocki with a forehand. It just barely goes past the basket. That would have been a heck of a eagle 2 here for Wysocki. And you see Barsby throw that Jordan stamped or dyed disc quite frequently. I believe that is in fact an eagle, but I'm not positive.
Oh, get left. Wow. No, that's for easier hyzer shot.
McBeth knows he slightly misfires. There's a quick throw there.
Go, go.
And Wiggins is looking to settle for a par 4. This is Barsby for 3. Wysocki, solid shot. He's going to be happy with that. This will be McBeth for par 4. He had that quick shot earlier. And Barsby's in with the 4 as well. That's hole number 10, otherwise known as the Castle Hole. Wysocki with the only birdie. Hole 11 you didn't see on the live feed. Measures in at 785 feet. It's a par 4. Barsby ripping a boss. Pretty much where you want to be. This is somewhat of a placement shot. The crowd goes wild here as David Wiggins rips his 360 drive. And the huge advantages when you're the furthest throwing players in the game and you're comfortable throwing a 360 off of the tee here on hole number 11. This is a Star Destroyer by Paul McBeth. Looks virtually effortless. And from a single knee, Wysocki goes with a forehand that fades out to the right-hand side. These players love to attack holes 10 and 11. I think many of them think of them as great birdie threes. McBeth slides just past the basket. That's a really nice shot. And Barsby also with a nice looking shot right through that corridor. And Wiggins drive, one of the furthest I've ever seen on this hole. Just a little forehand up to the pin. Wysocki for birdie 3. He's lucky that actually didn't roll a little further. This is McBeth from behind the pin. This is for birdie 3. Count it. Relatively calm winds, as you can see by the flag. Maybe a slight breeze. And always inside, solid inside the circle is Gregg Barsby. Wiggins with the easy tap in. And Wysocki. That's hole number 11, the longest hole on this entire course. Hole 12 has undergone a number of different changes and configurations in the 4 or 5 years that I've been attending this event. It plays up toward where Gregg is and then down a tunnel shot from there. This is definitely a placement shot right off the tee. If you're not placed in the right spot, you are not going to pick up the birdie. McBeth hanging it plenty wide. Looks like that may be slightly off from where he wants to be. May have missed Wysocki's tee shot. And just trying to fire down to that gap is a little bit challenging. The hole slopes down and to the left once you get up to this opening. And as I said, placement on the tee shot is what's going to determine if you even have a chance at the birdie. Barsby not excited about that effort. McBeth also knows he's slightly misfired. That's why Wysocki for 3. This is Barsby's 3rd shot. And McBeth is off on your left-hand side, camouflaged in. And he misses right. Slightly off-center. Oh. An attempt by Wysocki. I believe he's going to be carding the bogey 5. And McBeth is going to get back on track here a little bit. Wysocki and Barsby opening up very strong on this course this round, and McBeth actually having to play a little bit of catch up here after having the lead. And some tap-ins. They're going to move up a hill on hole number 13's tee, which also plays down and into a gap. Correction, all 4 players taking 4s. Barsby's forehand looks really good until it hits a tree at the midway point, just past. that is either a Champion Rock or an AVR X by David Wiggins. I know he had 2 separate yellow discs that he told me about. That is a McPro Rock 3 by Paul McBeth. Beautiful hyzer flip up. Wysocki's pumped about it, as he should be. This is Barsby for birdie 2. Right on point, just short. David Wiggins is left with a putt for birdie 2 here. Count it. Absolutely beautiful standstill straddle by Wiggins. And Wysocki pleased with his efforts here. That's a solid birdie. And McBeth also with a birdie. You need to throw a nearly perfect shot there in order to get all the way down near the green on hole 13. 3 birdies and a par by Barsby. McBeth is still 2 down to Ricky Wysocki. And obviously one of the most gorgeous holes in all of disc golf. Hole number 14.
Green flag.
The wind that pushes across that pond can really mess with the disc. It doesn't appear to be too much this round. However, it can. And McBeth hits and rolls. The spotter's going to run over and take a look. And he calls it safe. Of course, the group will have to confirm, but spotter gives him the green. Wysocki shot carrying wide left. Very safe. I saw very few shots go in the water this week. Of course, I was mainly watching our top upper echelon players. However, I'm sure hundreds of discs were put into that pond here on hole number 14 throughout the week. We missed Mark Verocchi, who usually comes out from California and does some scuba diving throughout the week, retrieving hundreds of discs. However, Mark had another obligation this weekend, and he was greatly missed, especially by the players throwing OB shots. Not much from there except for a layup by Wysocki. Barsby really has to do the same. We're going to get in and take a closer look at exactly where McBeth's shot had landed. And you can see it's dry.
Just take the meter from there. You want to check it closely?
That's good. I'm current. Whatever, 90.
And there's the spot.
Yeah.
Little rules pro tip. Anytime your shot is questionable as to whether or not it is OB, get your entire group over to take a look at it before you mark it. Otherwise, you could be penalized. And McBeth converts. Stays in bounds and gets the birdie 2. Slight uphill putt. Very little wind again at this point. Players were really blessed to have a lack of wind throughout the first 3 rounds here. Couple tap-ins, which means we'll see Paul McBeth carting the only birdie 2 here on hole number 14. This is hole number 15, where many talk about the slightly different fairway that they've seen this year. Still a tunnel shot. However, the pin has been moved and it has a slight hyzer finish to it. Paul McBeth for the 3rd day in a row has it dialed in. Great looking shot coming in here by David Wiggins. He could have used a little hyzer finish at the end, however, he'll have a look at it from there. Wysocki's shot gets hung up. Unfortunately, this particular angle doesn't quite do it justice as to the narrow corridor that these players must navigate through. However, it is somewhat congested on the tee area. As you can see, our live Smashbox crew is hanging out there already. And Barsby, I believe, hits the same tree there as he's hit before. This is Barsby with his forehand. And he's come up short. Wysocki had already thrown an approach shot to put him here. So that is for par 3. This is also Barsby's 3rd shot. And in and out. Right side. Not exactly the sweet spot. However, it looks like it could have stuck. Just not his luck there. And Wiggins with an air ball, which is somewhat surprising. McBeth finally gets the chance to throw after seeing 8 other shots. And a little fist pump. He's excited. He knows he's going to be picking up 2 strokes on Wysocki and Barsby here. That should push him back out into the lead, 1 stroke over Ricky Wysocki. Going to pick up a single stroke on David Wiggins here. (14 and 15) proving to be very good here to Paul McBeth, as he's picked up 3 strokes on his 2 competitors, his 2 closest competitors, and Barsby and Wysocki. Hole 16, approximately 500 feet, slightly downhill. McBeth hitting a tree on the left-hand side. That was a star T-bird by Paul McBeth. I believe this will be a Pro Line T-bird, one of the early champion versions. By David Wiggins here. And he filters through everything. And he's going to have a look at birdie 2 from him. Wysocki with a forehand. And that is pushing through the right-hand side. Seems to have gotten all the way through. Barsby's trusted Air Jordan dyed eagle. Nice stand-up forehand there. That also pushes almost all the way through. Let's see if he made it out of the wooded area. I believe that is Paul McBeth's Thunderbird. I could be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's his Thunderbird there for that shot. He was going back and forth between a Thunderbird and a Firebird.
Hang on, guys.
And Barsby did make it all the way out. This is for birdie. And again, just slightly right. Wysocki for birdie. Wiggins for birdie. And his putting stroke is certainly off here today. I'd expect Wiggins to make that. Paul McBeth has work to do here. This is for 3. Everyone else was putting for birdie 2. This is Paul for 3. Slight left of center. However, he's happy to still get up and down and be able to take that 3. He's not going to relinquish any strokes to his other 3 competitors here. Moving over to hole number 17. Looks as if a little air has been let out of the group here. They knew they had an opportunity to all pick up a stroke. Paul McBeth sitting with a 1-stroke lead over Wysocki and 4 strokes over Gregg Barsby, 8 over David Wiggins. This is a huge Anheuser shot that they need to throw off the tee. Really needs to just continue to Anheuser. Paul gets caught up a little bit on that right-hand side. That's still in a great position. This is a par 4. I believe 590 feet. And that's a nearly perfect drive. Few people have been able to drive the green or come up 20 or 30 feet short. I did not see it throughout the weekend. However, it has happened in the past. Wysocki gets hung up a little bit by a single tree, but he's in a great position. Should have an easy up and down from there. And Barsby could have done without the hyzer finish. However, as you can see here, he's actually left in a perfectly good position. Slight hyzer. He's heading right toward the pin there. Actually somewhat down and below the player. Wysocki's able to jump putt. Headed right toward the pin. The pin is perched on a little bit of a edge, or I don't want to call it a cliff side, but just a little bit of an elevated edge. So you do have to be concerned about rollaways. And McBeth took a little more time than I thought he was. He was actually running that. He wanted to make that. Probably 80 feet at least. And there you can see Wiggins with a little bit less aggressive approach. Wiggins just trying to get near the pin. Wysocki's in for birdie 3. No problems for Barsby. Paul McBeth has remained close after his birdie, or his eagle run, I should say. And David Wiggins had a very short tap in here. Very effective. 4 players, 4 birdies. Hole number 17. Paul with a Star Destroyer. The shot actually is a similar flight that I think you see on hole number 17. They're looking for a big, long, sweeping turnover. The shots off the tee look completely different. However, I think their effective throw is somewhat similar. Players looking for just a big, swooping left to right shot. It can't carry erratically right, but you are looking for a finish on that right hand side. And Barsby looks like he just may have had a low release there. Barsby's going to take some time, check the wind. There is very little at this point. There is some, but very little. Nice size gallery hanging out behind the green. Many will say this is one of the most exciting and fun greens to hang around on hole number 18. And even while I'm calling the shots on the live action, usually I have to wait for the crowd's reaction to see if a shot was good or not. Wysocki is on. Wiggins with a forehand. And just not enough there. I think one may underestimate the difficulty of this shot without ever playing there. Standstill turnover onto the green. A little bit more Anheuser flight would have worked better, but he got a little cut roll that kept him on the green though. Barsby for 4. After the OB, he's going to have to settle for a bogey 5 here to finish out his round. Wiggins is lining up a jump putt here. Wiggins can convert on this. He'll finish with a par 4 with the penalty. And same result as Barsby. McBeth for his birdie 3. And coming on strong during the end of the round is Paul McBeth. He's able to regain the lead and now keep it moving into Sunday's opening round, or final round, I should say. 5 for Wiggins, 5 for Barsby. And there we have it. That is our third round coverage. Not quite final, third round coverage. Players having conversation and checking their scores, getting them all turned in. Jeff Ajasa, your scoring director and helper. I hope that you have enjoyed round number 3. Any likes, comments, shares, anything you'd like to do, I'd appreciate it. Any kind of feedback. Otherwise, we'll see you during Championship Sunday for round number 4.